Welcome, everybody, to Turnip and Stone, once again in Avondale Coffee Club. With us, as always, it's me and Steve, and then we got Harry back in the producer's chair where he belongs.
Back in the purple chair.
After your dog had all her teeth removed?
My dog went in to get 2 teeth removed, I thought. And then the vet called me afterwards, like, we had to take out a few more. She has no teeth on her upper jaw and a couple on the bottom. And I'm like, so in plain, you took all the teeth out of the top of my dog's head? Yeah, we did. If her tongue sticks out, it's because we also took out all the front teeth. So, and I was yeah.
Did they put anything in its place or something?
No, there's just...
What, did they just come in here, like, get his ears checked or something? What happened that...
Yeah, you had to get neutered. No, I mean, she had 2 bad teeth, and, or, like, some bad teeth. When I signed the paperwork, they're like, if we see more bad ones, we might take out some more. And on the notes, they had 2 and then, like, a 3rd tooth listed. And then, yeah, when they called, they were like, we removed 25 teeth.
Holy shit.
So
sometimes you get in there and you just get excited.
Yeah.
It's like pulling weeds.
Yeah.
For a vet.
It's like when you open up a car or something to like fix a part, and then you're like, well, while I'm in here, I might as well upgrade the, you know what I mean? I might as well change this. You know, it's still got a couple thousand miles, but I'm gonna have to change out a gasket or. They just get in there, and then all of a sudden they're.
It was insane. Like, and they kept saying, I was like, this is insane. Like, couldn't you have called? They're like, well, it was within the estimate. You know, the price we charged you is within the estimate. I was like,
we just put on just 80s rock radio and started going.
Yeah.
We were having a ball in there.
Yeah,
we had shrimp cocktail.
We take all the pills, the pain pills. We were but I was like, what if you went in for like 1 pinky to be removed, and you woke up with no fingers and a couple toes missing, and they're like, well, it was a BOGO. We did them all for the same price.
That
so
has
you're welcome.
happened. People have gone down in for surgery for a specific thing, and then they like wake up and they're missing a different organ.
Yeah.
I've
heard that they
up.
like literally
Harry!
got the order wrong. Where they like the guy basically, like, I've heard of things where like they looked at the chart and basically like a chef taking a ticket, they were like, all right, we're taking out a spleen, and they get in, and there was just a lady that got in there to get like a gallbladder, and then they come out and they're like, oh, I crumb, the next one discount. All the food's on the house. We're sorry about this one.
Well, I don't know.
Real quick, Stoneheads will recognize that voice.
Hey,
it's our guest for the week.
Oh,
Deep Stoneheads. No,
third time on the show. It's Mark McPartland. Sorry,
Wow.
Mark McPartland. Yeah, we got to introduce Mark McPartland.
Am I the most frequented guest on the show? And I'll walk if I'm not.
I think you are.
Mark the Spark.
Mark the Spark McPartland.
Damn right. I'm beloved. I'm sort of like Beetlejuice on Howard Stern. I'm a beloved just character onto myself.
Very low reading level. Also,
genuinely, if I had to do like the math quizzes that they gave him, I would not do much better. Have you ever gone like
somebody just like, Mark, how'd you get on Turnip and Stone so many times? You go, I don't know. Hanging out.
I'm hanging out. 7. Have you ever seen the ones where like back in the day, like 2004, the smoke still coming off the towers, and Beetlejuice Jones was in the, like, where they'd give a thing where like they would try to do like a math test, and it would be like, Beetlejuice, what is 2 + 2? And he would just pause for a little bit, and then he would just be like, donkey. And they would be like, this is honestly, all the producers can go home. That's the episode. We're just going to keep asking him basic stuff. And that's me in my apartment. I've gone on 2 hours. Really, who's smart? If I'm watching 2-hour compilations of him struggling to do basic reading comprehension, maybe I'm the dumb one.
Maybe he's watching Mark McPartland clips on Instagram.
I would love it. He lives somewhere in Alabama. I'm trying to get in contact with.
But I don't know if you guys have had surgery, but like they sign your body like 3 times with a Sharpie, and they do that so that they know who you are when you go under anesthesia.
They don't mix you up.
Yeah, which could not be more discouraging. It's like, yeah, we got a couple of ciggies on you, so we remember what we're slicing and dicing.
Harry, it's Jill with the front desk at Dr. Anderson's office. Just calling to let you know your dog is ready for pickup. Do you want to go ahead and get ahead of this? The doctor did get into some of the horse Vicodin, and he went a little nuts in there. He's got a necklace made out of your dog's teeth. And we're not going to charge you for any of the extra removals. It was kind of an elective surgery. But as soon as the doctor stops dancing around the operating room,
And he said
she'll
to
be
tell
ready for
you
pickup.
he didn't ketamine to.
You did not.
But it is in the paperwork, so you cannot sue us.
We
Yeah.
meant to take out your dog's lateral incisor. We accidentally took out your appendix. I don't know exactly how to explain this to you.
What's the procedure for living with no top teeth as a dog? What do you have to change?
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, surely this will be different. And they're
Mhm.
like, no, dogs can eat without any teeth. And I'm like, can?
It's just hell.
Better. They better. I mean, so far she
That's-
just mashes it. Or like she just crushes it and then.
Did you have to switch to soft food?
No, I mean, I had to soak it for a few weeks, but she's like back to, I'm just throwing whatever. And
Really?
she's very food motivated, and dogs don't really chew anyways. So the kibble is just transported to soak in the acids anyways, you know?
Yeah.
It's just going down there.
Well, in that case, if there's literally no downsides, why don't we do tooth every dog? Turn a couple of these pit bull toddler stories into fun goofs.
I mean, not a bad idea. They're not allowed to have testicles, so why don't we just take the teeth, too?
I think you should get hilarious false teeth for the dog.
That's a good idea.
Make it
Big
look like a
veneers would
boomer-
be
like a-
very fun. Just,
Yeah.
Like a
Mark's
World War
teeth.
II
just
vet.
scaring everyone, at the dog park.
This is Violet.
Hello.
She looks
Rough.
like Bob Barker.
Woof.
Bob Barker.
It'd also be, it'd be fun to get them just gigantic, like Paul Wall grills too. They'd just say bark, bark.
Ooh,
That would
that's
be-
good. Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to cost to invest in that.
Fuck
My-
bitches, get
And
money.
they're so heavy, my dog's head is just dragging on the ground.
Would you like us to return your dog toothless or with Lil Wayne style front grills?
Oh, yeah.
We can rebuild him. We have the bling.
I mean, it's got to exist. Dog grills. I got to give that a fucking look up.
Yeah, you're gonna get up some pretty upsetting Vietnamese YouTube footage.
Yeah.
Dog grills. Oh no! You have all your front teeth. Defend yourself.
That'd be awesome. I mean, putting that on your dog isn't any less smart than little Uzi Vert having the diamond in his middle of his forehead.
Yeah, that
You know
one
that?
was
And then it
wild.
got yanked off during a concert.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It seems like
Did that guy get caught, or is he running? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I had nothing.
The Vert snatcher? I don't know.
Is he running around with a?
I mean,
literally
maybe-
a blood diamond.
Maybe they were.
Yeah.
They were about to catch him, and then right then he put it into his forehead and disappeared. I'm pretty sure you get powers from having that thing.
You can focus all your power.
So I also heard that one time that Kanye West got all his lower teeth removed and replaced them with diamonds. And dentists
Cool.
say it's not good for your teeth because they know they'd be out of a fucking job if we all realized that we could just be rocking full diamond
Full
teeth sets.
diamond teeth. That'd be awesome. Would it hurt anymore when you bite the inside of your mouth?
Well, the grief they were trying to give him was that he still has real top teeth. So they're going to lose the war with the bottom teeth. If they're the
Oh,
hardest
yeah.
thing on the most hardness scale is mashing into them.
Well, then you got to go full diamond.
that's
Exactly.
The logical
For a
answer
penny
to
and for a
that
pound.
is 32 diamonds right in the fucking chompers.
That's why my dog is eventually going to chew through the top of her skull. It's just going to go all the way up and wrap around like a cartoon, and then she's going to disappear into another dimension.
What a way to go.
What a way
I
to
hope
go.
I hope to go that way.
My granny, I'm English, so we're hemophiliacs. We have a blood clotting disorder. And she went in to get like a routine knee surgery. And then after the surgery, it wasn't healing. It got infected. And they're like, we're going to have to go in there and do some stuff with the infection. But you got to sign this because if we can't get the infection out, for some reason, we are going to remove your entire leg.
Oh.
So that's
Oh my
not the
God.
plan, but you got to sign this to say if you wake up without your leg, that's not our bad. And she woke up without a leg.
Damn.
Whoa.
They
Took
were
out the
planning
leg.
on that the whole time.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
like
that's
when you tell your boss, I'll have it done by Wednesday. Like, well, Friday at the latest. Plan
It was
on
all-
Wednesday,
it
but I
was
just want to
all-
make sure that I have a couple
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
And then
The
as soon as
second
she's
they-
under the
they just busted out the bone saw. They were like, "We got it. Don't even." They were all, before they had to do all like the little micro laser neurosurgery to attach like little microscopic nerve things. The second the ink dried on that one, and they knocked her out. They probably just cut out a Cutco and were just like, "We're done. We can get making happy
Like,
hour."
take a deep
Yeah, they're
breath,
testing
count.
Cutco knives. They're like, see, this lady's leg. The doctor is selling
Like, take
the
a deep
knives.
breath and count backwards from 10, and you'll be asleep. And like when she's at 9, she's like,
Yeah, they're probably crossing their fingers like, I'm gonna be so fucking sick. We get this old lady's leg. But it's crazy because it started because she has a blood clotting disorder. And then the ultimate solution, the final one you might say, was to remove her leg. That's like if you got shot and then they're like, we got to shoot out the bullet. He's bleeding too much.
The only way out is through.
Yeah, exactly.
A constant theme on this podcast has been Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill.
When you're going through hell,
And
keep
he
going.
was also trying to get through the final solution. It's
Yeah.
all coming back. It's all coming together.
So we got a toothless dog. Everyone's got. Mark and I were on the road. Steve has a new job.
Whoa, Steve's got a
Steve,
new
we'd love
job.
to hear about. Tell the folks about the new gig.
Car dealership.
Hell.
Car dealership.
Day 2 in the books. And really just driving into my future.
There we go. There we go. Living the
Are
dream.
are you selling them the
Just
cars?
driving them around.
You're just driving them around? I
Yeah,
love that. You're just
test
they gotta have a
driving.
car tester. They gotta be like, you know what? This one doesn't.
So like, hey Steve, get this one a test. No, I just porter. So they sell them. People come in, drop them off. You got to move them up a little bit until they get fixed. Pick people up for rides.
That ain't
It's very exciting.
that ain't
Nice.
too bad of a gig right there. I might have to.
Wait, so-
get
so
in on
I
that
could
myself.
sign you guys up.
So you're a car mover.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, a mover
Yeah.
of cars.
Move them around, cars and people. I'll pick people up once in a while.
If you need something ported,
Pick 'em up,
transported.
drop them off.
Yeah,
up.
the porter. You sort of look like Jason Statham, you know? A couple more years, get the rest of the.
Is
the
that
hair
a
off.
Statham movie, The Porter?
Transporter.
Ah,
Mhm.
Yeah,
Porter, short for Transporter.
Yeah.
Transporters.
which I just put together now.
yeah.
It's an educational
Oh.
podcast.
I
Root
just got
words.
Yeah.
There
Some
we
of
go.
this is it actually.
Beetlejuice got it. Turnip and Stone's Beetlejuice picked up on it. Who'd be Howard? Are you Howard? I don't know all the
I don't know.
characters.
Who's the-
Possibly
I mean-
by default.
Who's the black lady?
Steve is the black lady.
Steve is the black lady.
Oh yeah, baby.
Excellent.
Guys, I brought content, by the way, and I didn't want to have to break it out now. But I was.
But you guys are so fucking boring.
You guys are. I can already see. I can see the viewer count going down to some local Lincoln Lodge produced bullshit podcast. Okay, so I was at the 7-Eleven getting gum before I got here, and I
Yeah.
bought this.
Holy
Okay.
What
cow.
is it? I was like, I'm gonna wait. I'm not even gonna look at what this is. I'm gonna live
Mark is
reaction
holding
on
a
the pod.
green sphere.
It's like one of those unboxing videos that the kids love. That's turning our children's
Turnip
minds
and
into
Stone
mush.
unboxing.
What's it say?
It's
Burpee.
a Slurpee,
Slurpee
slap,
slap
bracelet.
bracelet.
Now, what I didn't
Okay.
anticipate.
I'm sorry
is that
for just saying the name over. You're like, it's a Slurpee, and it's like Slurpee slap bracelet. I can read it.
is a plastic orb. Now, what could be in a plastic orb that only costs $4 and is this much fun? The guy gave me a weird look, and I said, "Sir, it's for a cast." By the way, this is a tax write-off, I believe. This is for production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir, it's for my child bride.
It's for my child, right? Ooh wee! Whoa, guys! If this is a real reason to get on the YouTube, because the excitement that just ran over this studio when
Oh
I
my
undid
God.
this. What's this?
It's a
I would guess
Slurpee
it's
slap
a Slurpee
bracelet.
slap
Alright.
bracelet.
Now, if this is gonna be wild. You're gonna cut this, right? Make sure this is
Okay,
in the
clip.
Look
camera.
right in the camera.
Clip.
Look right in the camera.
Oh,
Whoa! I'm
Love
dying inside. I
Love
feel
it.
nothing. Wow, that was
You didn't feel anything when that hit your wrist?
I felt honestly it kind of hurt a little bit. There's a tingle going down my arm. But am I crazy or is this my look?
awesome.
That's nice.
I don't
How
know.
long
Yeah.
until you
That's
just
awesome.
slap that on a hard wang?
Mhm.
Just pop a boner
yeah.
tonight and just fucking smack it right on there.
I might go in the bathroom and try that out. Let me get the Slurpee on this one.
A cock ring.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. My initial plan was I'm gonna buy one for all the fellas.
Yeah.
But then I was just like, you know what I mean? I
How-
gotta wait until I'm on the marquee of the podcast before I'm spending that much money. You know, I
Yeah.
gotta wait until my name's in
Right.
the lights.
Dropping, what would that be?
Almost
20, 30 bucks?
Almost. Well, this is the Beetlejuice moment.
yeah. Is that like $600?
Except we're talking spending, so it's a Beetlejuice moment.
I
Yeah,
just
what did
handed
that
him a
puppy
shoe.
set you back?
This sent me back about $4.
That's nice. That's good
That's
stuff.
not bad.
Honestly, Gel. Oh, that's.
No.
I'm brought right back to 5th grade.
I'm-
That slap, I would slap my wrist over and over again with one of those things. So satisfying.
It's actually very satisfying. This is
Very
gonna be.
satisfying.
I'm gonna get a lot out of this. Now, how long is it until I start unironically wearing this around, or say I'm doing it around? Probably right after this is done.
I think it's
Will you ever wear that on stage? Would you wear that on stage? Yes. Okay.
I don't know if that's the microphone that works enough to pick up the sadness in your voice at the yes. That was basically like a wife hearing, like, you're not going out drinking tonight. Yes. Okay.
oh, sorry.
That's like that's like the what you call it, what do you call like a drug that makes you take another drug? Gateway drug. That's the gateway drug to a fox ear.
Yeah,
Stocking cap.
I saw a guy
Scene Kid Mark McPartland.
outside with the fox ears going on. He had 2 full fox ears and a big thing, and he was strolling around. I was going to hit him with my bike. And, and then, and now looking now, I don't know if this thing has a magic power on me. With it around my wrist, I'm like, those fox ears are kind of cool. Sets you apart from the crowd.
I think you should go full. I think you should be tight ripped jeans, anime T-shirt, foxtail clipped onto the back of the jeans.
Foxtail clipped on the back of jeans is huge. A bunch of chain wallets. I went to there's a store that just sells leather and chains around here that I was in. I got here early, and I stumbled across it.
When were you in the leather and chain store?
What?
When were you in the leather and chain store?
I was in there but I needed something to go with a Slurpee bracelet.
Yeah.
So I was there 10 minutes before. It's called the
Getting
Alley.
a vibrating butt plug. I needed something to match my new slab bracelet. So I got a cock
lime
cage.
green. Oh.
Hey, if you get a foxtail, get some little white ears, and knock out all your top teeth, I'll be interested. I will be interested.
Wait, so what'd you get in the leather and chain store?
I got nothing. I just walked around, and everyone was talking about like they were like, I can't believe I used to be a band kid playing clarinet, and now I play thrash metal. And like I swear, like he couldn't even make the little his meek little iron deficient hands weren't cool enough. They're all wearing like leather stuff that's way too thick for their frames. It's just a bunch of people that look like David Byrne and talking it, just like too big of suits with studs, just being like, can we believe we used to be dorks and now we're in grime or whatever. These studs are the coolest fucking thing imaginable.
People said I'd never be anything, and now I'm a public nuisance. Look at this.
Outside, they had Marvel T-shirts, 3 for $10. That's what I should have gotten the boys. Is that they had a captain, which that's hardcore as hell. There's nothing that says "Hail Satan" more than wearing a "I Love Hulk" T-shirt.
I love Hulk.
It's down the street. We can go. Maybe they'll let us do a pod in there.
Ooh. The leather pod.
Leather and chains.
Leather pod.
After dark. Turnip and Stone after dark.
Unchained.
We're just all wearing ball gag.
That would be fun to do, an episode where everyone's in
Fully
just
in
bondage gear. Everyone's vacuum sealed inside a latex chamber with a microphone like this.
These are hard cocks with Slurpee slap bracelets on them.
So, Steve, I heard you had a new job. Oh, it's turning on. Oh, God.
Oh, they moved the car.
Oh,
Mark and I went to Columbus this weekend. Don't Tell shows, by the way, which was a good time.
Oh,
it was really about as roady as a road. I feel like we accomplished all the road stuff that we possibly could.
We truly road dogged it out.
So when'd you leave? Friday?
Left Friday. I, for no reason, assumed the shows were 8 and 10. So we left an hour too late to make the first show because the shows were 7 and 9:30.
Oh my god!
And we thought we might make it in time, and then lost hope, then regained hope.
Regained hope.
Okay.
Which is
At what point did you realize the shows were at 7 and not 8?
I mean, like before I even picked up Mark.
I got a
before you
call.
left.
Yeah, if you want to know what puts a damper on the 5.5 hour first road trip, because usually the way that it goes is that the road trip down is full of like what's going to happen energy. But this was like before I even picked up Mark, I called him. I was like, Mark, we're running an hour and 15 minutes behind.
It felt like driving to identify a body.
Yeah.
Going in there, but we got the call, and at some point it was like, it's gonna be done. And then we looked at old Google Maps, and it was like, you know what? Maybe the Duke boys are about to pull this one off. And I don't want to jump ahead.
No,
But
tell it. Well, we can tell this. It'll be like a Tarantino movie or something where it just jumps between two people telling the story from.
This is going to be, we got there right as the final comic was going on. Walked in, didn't say anything, but did one of those like, we're here, maybe, ta-da. And then he's like, yeah, show's about to be over. And
Yeah.
there's something about going to a show that you could have been on. Everyone's getting pops. I swear to God, I almost heard someone be like, God, I wish someone would just talk about documentaries and this would be the best night ever. And it was
It was tough
hard.
because that show was like sold out in like 100-person. It was a big room, and the headliner was like in her
Great.
last 5 minutes or whatever. And then they're like, "Hey, just so you know, the second show is going to be light."
It's gonna be
So we got to
Oh.
witness the brilliance that was possible.
And they
Damn.
had it wasn't like fixed seats, so they were just all fold out chairs in this kind of like just like big garage space, and the takedown of them like because they actually did the amount of show like seats they sold, so immediately it was just like a pit crew, and we just saw them just basically truck out like 54 chairs.
Yeah.
And there were like 13 sitting in a circle in the front and being like, hey, listen, we're going to maybe start a little later if we could. Maybe you can just go up there. And then it was good because we did get all the free water that we could have ever.
Yeah, guys,
Nice.
we were comped.
Very hydrated.
And then also just watching everybody bomb and be like, well, I'm in from out of town, so for some reason God is going to watch out for me and
Yeah.
give me a good set. And then getting up there and being like, maybe I'll just. This is what I mean. Mark had a good set. I went up and was like,
Didn't happen.
I was like, I'm going to open with a 2-week-old open mic joke
Uh-huh.
just because I really think I can weave. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
There's
Silence.
It was one of
Silence.
those.
Silence.
You know, the thing that I've learned is it should be when you see people going up there in a row doing bad, the human response to that intake of information should be, this is not a good show. This is not, things are like the air is off or something like that. And I took that to mean like, I'm about to blow 'em
Exactly.
out of the they have no idea that like I for some reason I inflate as like I'm really going to like I'm going to step on stage. It's going to be like when they open the Ark of the Covenant, like the front row, people's heads are going to explode.
Just turn into skeletons.
Because that guy's up there talking about getting anxious smoking weed. When I get up there talking about getting anxious smoking weed,
Oh,
they're really going to relate to me.
it's going to be palpable.
And
I
then
know.
there was a lot of, you guys didn't like that joke. And then just my legs still hurting from the 6-hour ride as I'm looking to people dead in the eyes being like, that normally kills. And then,
Yeah, I had a moment where like, well, just as long as I don't do the gay thing where I'm like,
yeah.
you guys don't like me, or that joke usually does better, or whatever version of it is. And then just halfway through the set, looking the audience dead in the eye and saying, I'm going to continue at this tone and volume for the rest of the set. You guys are welcome to join.
That was the white guy, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
But the ultimate irony, Mark, I was scared
I
of
was
those
very
motherfuckers.
scared of those motherfuckers.
So did you go straight down? Any stops on the way down?
Just one for gas.
One for gas.
Okay.
And
What
We
was
saw the
layout
Wilbur
like?
Wright birthplace, and we said, no time.
What was
We
that?
said, there's the birthplace for Wilbur Wright, the Wright brother.
No
Yeah.
way.
Not Orville, though.
Not Orville.
No, they
we
weren't.
were thinking that too. It was like you think of them as twins for some reason.
Yeah, you do.
No. they
That's
weren't.
almost a must stop.
Well, it's big for us because in North Carolina, we're first in flight.
We're first in flight.
And Ohio's motto is birthplace of aviation because that's where they were born.
First
Yes.
in flight. What does that mean?
That
You
means the first plane flew in North Carolina.
It's on all the license plate in North Carolina. So it's first in flight. And
And
they got the plane.
the Wright brothers?
Yeah,
because we were.
But all the Ohio plates say birthplace of aviation.
Man, get this one. Wilbur Wright's birthplace, Indiana.
Wow.
So we came with a big lie. A scoop was uncovered. I did a little investigative journalism. Turns out they're a state full of liars and a state full of people that didn't give my documentary jokes the flowers that they deserved.
And then the shows Saturday were fun. We
The
stayed
shows
in an
Saturdays were
absolute motel
Yeah, we stayed at a.
because I'm a Wyndham's man.
Nice. Nice. Dignified.
So Friday and Saturday, same motel?
Same motel, different locations for the shows, and the shows Saturday
Were
electric.
great.
Nice.
In like an art gallery in a garage, like
They
a
were-
hot knife through butter.
Fantastic.
Good stuff. The guy who brought us was a British guy, Simon. If you guys look him up or whatever. Very good comic.
Simon Loves High Noons.
Yes.
That
Yes.
guy.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
He's
Wow.
good.
He's funny. Yeah.
Did he come through here?
No, I think I've just seen his stuff online. I think he had a viral clip about Fahrenheit or
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he seems good.
A
Is he
classic
based in
vid.
Columbus?
Yeah. But he's moving to Austin like next week.
Isn't it bizarre when foreign people are in not New York or LA? You're like, how did you get here? Was it an accident?
I would love to have him on the podcast sometime to break it down because he said he moved there for a girl and they lasted like a week.
Awesome.
And he stayed there in Columbus, Ohio.
That's
Columbus.
crazy.
But I'll tell you, he gave us the absolute keys to the city in the
Yeah.
most hilarious way because he's a British guy, mullet. And then
Nice.
after he's like, we're going to go out drinking after the Saturday shows. And we almost didn't go. We almost went in.
Yeah.
And like there was like a line to the club.
All people
First of
say-
all, it was a club, which
Yeah.
Mark and I are
That's not our natural element.
That's
This
not-
is first stop
we were
post show.
Yeah, well, 'cause
Yeah.
it's like, like when you go, like, we're going to go afterwards. Normally, that's like we're going into a dive bar called Sally's, and there's just like one lady with a glass eye that's going to be pouring us the frothiest old style ever. And like, that's normal. And so it's like, yeah, we're going to, but he's from overseas. He still has that spark, that life.
Yeah.
And so he was like, we're going to, I forget even what it was, but we get there, and it's literally like out of the movie, like people in short skirts up to here. Being
Dude.
held on by guys that have just been taking nothing but creatine for 2 years.
Yeah.
And there's just like the music that's going in. I mean, it's all different versions of tonight's going to be a good night. What,
Ohio State just won.
yeah,
they just beat
won
Notre
the
Dame
Last play
in
of the
like
game.
last play of the game.
Yeah.
So it's electric. Old ladies, big black ladies twerking on the street.
Yeah.
Everyone's excited. They were dressed up as grandmas, but they were young black ladies. It was
Okay.
fascinating culture.
Yeah.
But we're like, we see the line to the club, and Mark and I are both like, do we stay? Do we go? And then we both make the decision to leave.
Yeah,
Correct
we're-
me if I'm wrong.
We're walking out literally. I mean, I think I said something like Insomnia Cookies is still open. Like we're about to go do something very solitary and gay. And, and then we run into old Psydog, who's the mayor of the town apparently.
Dude, he's outside of another bar with
Who's
two women from the show.
The British guy?
Yeah, the British
the
guy.
guy who like booked us on the show.
Okay.
And he's like, he takes us into the bar. He goes and buys everybody drinks. He introduces me and Mark to the two ladies.
Yes.
And then we hang out there. I'm talking to a gorgeous lady that's technically with him. I think they're like whatever together, but he's about to move. I don't know, whatever. But it's just his, like, I mean, it's like could not be more out of a movie.
Like,
Than a British guy being like, oh, there you are. And he's just got two ladies on each arm. He's like, well, come on, I'll go buy us a drink. Why don't you talk to lovely Charlize right
That's
there?
literally what happened. And we were also like, hey, like our out was like, oh, we can't get past that line. It's like, I'll get us in.
Yeah.
And then like the way that we got in, I mean, was just him walking up and just, like when that
He
scene.
didn't know. He walked over, and then the girl goes like, he thinks he can get us in. And then he walks back. He's like, the line is only like 3 minutes. And so we just stayed in line. But he got us drinks everywhere. And like people would come up to him, like like some people saw the show and saw him. But other dudes would just be like, he'd just be like, we'd all be talking. And so it's like me, Mark, Simon, and these two ladies at the table.
bless 'em.
And then all of a sudden Simon would be like, oh, there's Mark, and then he'd like get up and go. And he was like, people would basically carry him on their shoulders around the, like, and then he'd come back like, sorry, I just had to go to talk to somebody for a second. It was like a storybook character.
Yeah, but truly, no one I've known in comedy has ever had that kind of hookup of just like, yeah, we're gonna go out to club and there's gonna be women stuff. Everyone that's like, I've got a hookup is just being like, normally you have to pay like $3 if you want to eat from the peanut bag, but like the bar, I know the lady, and we're gonna be able to eat
$2.
$2.
$2.
I'm gonna get it around. I'm actually just you guys can eat my peanuts.
Not unlimited.
So you guys drinking? You throwing them back?
I'm
What's going
drinking
on?
soda water.
Mark's
Okay.
sober, so Mark's going cold turkey, which I almost wanted to like give you a fucking chip or a medal or something just for going through the whole thing. I had 3 high noons. Simon provided high noons at the show.
Simon Loves High Noons.
Simon loves high noons.
Nice.
That's his
Ah.
Instagram.
It's all coming back together.
It all comes together.
And then we get there. I get 1 light beer, and then can we go through those? Can we take him through the
we
night?
can take him through the night.
Okay. And then one of the ladies is really hitting it off with
I had
Mark.
one light beer. Then we killed a hooker.
We killed her.
Can I tell him about the night? All right.
We have one light. The things, it goes when Eric gets light beer, it goes to his head. Next thing you know, he's taking a cord from one of the lamps and he's strangling the girl. And he's saying, "Mom, why did you wash me so hot when I was a kid?" And I can't get him.
Everybody's got
So-
guns pointed at everybody.
He says,
Simon-
you're sick, and he takes out all her top teeth.
Simon gives me a bag of white powder. He tells me to put it in somebody's drink. I didn't know the guy was the prime minister of Mexico. Next thing I know, I've assassinated a dignitary. And Mark and I are on the run.
Who knew that international operations were going on in
Columbus,
Columbus?
Ohio, of all places. I should have known. We were in the high roller suite, but I thought we were just playing a harmless prank on a friend of Simon. Turns out we overturned the government of Guatemala.
It's a classic mix-up. Simon kept on saying, "James, I have a mission for you."
I thought we were doing a fun drinking game in the back room when we were attaching car batteries to the nuts of a journalist. And
Who was losing the game?
I was like, "When do we drink?"
We said,
Just you guys in the
after
corner
he
with
says that we can
dice?
positively review Don't Tell in the Columbus Sun. So Mark is hitting it off with one of the ladies.
Hitting off with
Where were we in the
a fine
story?
senorita. Well, she wasn't Spanish.
You had a
but
light
she-
beer.
Oh, yeah, I had a light beer. And then,
Thank you, Steve.
Yep. I forgot about that because the plan was I was going to drive home.
yeah. And then there's the whole time I said, Mark, if we go out, can you drive us home?
And I was
Because
like,
I've already had 3 high noons. And Mark said, yes.
"Don't you even worry about that, buddy. You and me are going home tonight, and I'm sober as a judge."
Home,
then
or just to the motel?
Just to the
Just
motel.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
one girl touched my arm, and I was like, "Eric, buddy."
And then what do? So then we get there. We're drinking downstairs at this bar, and then Simon's like, "Let's go upstairs." Literally the exact same thing. Where he's like, "Let me take you upstairs," and he walks over. And on the way, it's crazy because like people are like, "Simon, this dog," and then he gets up to the guy who's like guarding the elevator, and he's like, "Hey, can me and my mates go up?" I'm giving him Australian
dude,
for some reason.
He's
can't.
got that vibe. He
Yeah.
actually does. He's a very Australian-coded British man.
Yes.
Yeah. Mullet. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And they immediately shut him down, and then and then his his chick's like, "Yeah, I don't know, hold on," and then she goes and says something, then we just go up the elevator.
It was very funny because you could see, like, I didn't see what was happening, but you could just see, like, the pantomime, like the silent movie of just, like, Simon walking up and me mates, and then basically just
You're just a black guy being like, "I don't know you. I don't give a fuck."
at all. And then us having to go outside and then going up to, like, this place that, like, was, first of all, it was like a dress code exclusive. So they were trying to be like it was like some club in like literally Berlin where, you know, they've got someone that's making sure that you've got all like measuring your shirt. But literally you get up there and it's just, I don't know, 27 dudes that look like Peter Griffin. I mean that are like wearing like fucking football jerseys or something. I mean, they were young bucks, but like
Yeah.
the dress code was just for women. 'Cause
Yeah.
the girl that I was with, she had ripped jeans, and that apparently ruined the whole night because she tried to go up there with ripped jeans.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Girl can get there with ripped jeans," and I, the chivalrous man that I am, was like, "Oh, all right, I guess we can't get in."
Alright. And we get up there, and then so now Mark and his beautiful bride to be have disappeared in the crowd somewhere.
The possible mother of my child.
Simon comes back Simon goes over to the bar, more like Simon. It's like a Spanish guy now. It's like
Yeah.
Simon, mon hombre.
You need to enjoy life, amigo. It comes out with a plate of shots.
So now I'm just that's essentially what happened. First of all, they come back and both he and his girl are like, "Oh, good, Mark's going off with our friend. We were hoping they'd hook up or whatever." And I was like, "Congratulations, you managed to make a feature act on the road have sex."
You did it. Thanks to your guys' magic.
How did you crack the code? I've never heard of this happening before. And then I was like, "All right, I got to go because now I got a hard cutoff."
So you jumped out, you Ubered out of there or something, or you were just...
Dude, Mark disappeared like Batman.
I did.
I was like, "Well, Mark, good thing we'll be going back to the motel." Mark?
You just see Mark's head.
Just Apocalypse Now just going right in. I think there was one lady that walked by with like flaming shots that I was Eric looking at me, and then the waitress goes by and there's No, once we got up there, I was pretty quick to be like, this is, I don't know how much I want to keep staying up here. And they're blasting, not Pitbull's hits. You know what I mean? Some of the deep Pitbull cuts. So I was like, it's time to
It's
depart.
time to go.
So it was. By the way, they're drinking. This is the wildest. This is, you wouldn't guess. This is their like night drink. This is everything that they're ordering. Every drink they're ordering. Espresso martinis.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
A wild. So literally, basically having 6 cups of espresso.
He goes. They had 2 espresso martinis downstairs. They go up. Then Mark disappears, and I'm just sitting there like, well, I got to drive home to my girlfriend tomorrow. I can't be staying out too long. Remember, Mark was my DD, and he's gone now, so I got to. And then Simon comes back with 3 espresso martinis for him, the girl, and me. And I'm like, I gotta drive home. I can't have this. I can't. This would be the nail in the
Can't
coffin.
be all up and down.
Yes, yeah. And then they were like, well, just have it. Come crash on the couch. Like, we'll get an Uber. And I'm like, I appreciate it, but I can't have... I'm not the kind of guy who can, like, leave his car overnight in downtown Columbus.
Not one of those
You know what I mean?
classic men who leaves their cars in downtown Columbus.
No.
Well, look, if there was...
Not in this era.
Yes,
This
not
era,
in...
Emerson era.
Yeah, not in this current... 5 years ago. And let me tell you, the whole time, the biggest emotion of the whole weekend was just the, like, what would have been different if I was 24 that weekend, and trying so hard. Like, dude, I don't think I talked to you about it. The drive back from I don't want to say it on the podcast because I don't want to put Simon's business out there. I think the chick was trying to get me to go home with him, and I think there was a
Possible.
there was a bit of a group. There might have been a group vibe. going
Awesome.
on. Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
nice. I like that.
And
I
don't
mean, we
wanna
were
say it.
sharing everything up into that point.
Espresso martinis, close personal friends. Everything was being passed around. Like
A very
They were
European
whispering
evening.
in your ear. Just, I remember at one point they whispered in your ear, "Have you been to the leather store in Chicago?" That was weird.
I don't want to put. Maybe I was misreading it, but like even when Simon was around, she was doing a lot of like. So like I don't know, are you like a water sign or like a fire sign or whatever? And so I'm
Putting
essentially
slap bracelets
Dude,
on Eric's neck. Yeah.
I'm gonna go to I got a dentist appointment tomorrow on my lunch break, and they're gonna be like, it looks like you were grinding your teeth, because I'm just sitting, I'm choking out an espresso martini, like almost shattering my incisors. Like,
May I recommend Diamond?
Truly the trooper of all troopers, because Eric is in there holding conversation while I'm just with some girl just being like, that's crazy that you've been to a music festival. Eric, we think we're going to go somewhere else too. Don't worry, buddy. I can be up all night. Oh man.
Take me home tonight. And so, yeah, dude, the drive home was the emotion that I felt on the drive home was it was insane. It was so serious.
What, a FOMO or?
I don't know what I could tell you. I mean, there's a bit. It's FOMO
Yeah.
is like that's what a retard might call it.
Not you, Harry. You're not a retard. But
Were you to ask Beetlejuice, he might put it in such a simple way.
No,
a lust
there's-
for youth?
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Is that less retarded?
That was unnecessary. No, it was just some like I'm gonna like I've grown up. I've made a decision. There's some sort of like real weight of a decision. Does that make sense?
Some sort of like
Some would call it FOMO.
Yeah, someone calls it FOMO.
it's maybe, truly like maybe it's the you made a decision, you signed a contract, and then now it's like when you sign up for war back in the recruiting center in high school, and now you're actually out there seeing the football.
It's exactly the meme from All Quiet on the Western Front, where it's you move in with your girlfriend, and then it's just me driving back from Cincinnati alone with mud on my face. Like,
Still just glitter from the club.
It's Columbus disappearing.
One missed text from Mark. Just thanks, buddy. Just the phone screen lighting up the dark.
Ween was playing on the way back just on Spotify.
I could have had sex with that man. Also, that girl would have been there.
I was Yeah, I don't
I would have
even
sex with that man for that girl. That girl was very attractive,
that?
and that's on record.
On record.
and that's on Turnip and Stone Pups. And then just getting back and being like, well, at least I can. Well, now this was my thought process. It was like, Mark's gone, so at least I can jack off in the apartment when we get back.
Yeah.
And then I get back and I'm like, my head hurts from half of an espresso martini, and I'm so tired. And I just like fell asleep to Regina Spektor songs in an empty
Nice.
motel. And then I wake up because there's blackout shades. Mark comes back like a fucking vagrant at 6 a.m. Mark left her like he was going out for a pack of smokes. And I wake up to somebody coming in the hotel room, and I immediately am like, fuck, I overslept. It's 10 p.m. It's checkout time. And I think Mark is like, he's like a hotel Mexican trying to clean the room. And so I'm like assuming a defensive stance as somebody's trying to like push past the locked door. And it takes me a minute to realize that it's Mark.
Hey, I remember sticking my finger to hey, Eric, how's it going? I had to go.
Mark comes in, and we just go back to bed till 10.
We had a great sleep.
Yeah. We're supposed to hit him up for brunch in the morning, and Simon goes, I'm nursing a crazy hangover, which is to be expected after 3 doubles of espresso and vodka. It was a wild. It was very road, like, you know, when somebody talks about a road weekend, it felt like roady.
It is very fun. And
Was it just 2 days? Friday, Saturday?
yeah.
And leave on Sunday morning.
Well, that had to have been one of the greatest road Saturdays I've ever had in my life. That's all we're trying to do for a road. Have 2 good gigs. Have the Buckeyes come back in the 4th.
Much like COVID
then-
took college years away from like a younger generation, I feel like COVID took me getting my dick sucked in Columbus away.
We all missed out on essential experiences.
I don't know if this is too vulgar for the pod. I'll tell you guys afterwards.
No,
but-
come on. No, we can always cut it.
All right.
Yes.
I'm
Might
not
be
gonna
kissing
cut
tub.
it.
While there was a good minute during sex where a cat was just on my back. It was like I'm in the zone, she's feeling it, and then just this cat with the cutest little cat you ever seen, just whoop, just and then just I was like, I gotta keep going with this, and surely the cat won't ride the lightning like this. Just a dinging bell and something like this. I don't think she noticed, but I was like, this is. I did have a threesome that night.
Yeah.
I was there with a cat.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, pussy
Cat.
sandwich. Very good, very good.
Sweet
That's
cat,
crazy.
innocent cat.
Just perched on your back like a parrot.
Yeah, it was just I was.
Like a pirate.
Pirate.
Yarr. He's like a cat.
I think that cat secretly didn't approve. He was like, "This bastard's one of those leave at 5 a.m. assholes, and I got to protect you. You're the one that feeds me, and I can't have you going through a depression spell where you don't get out of bed." And just perched on the back, just right between the shoulder blades.
Man, my
Wait-
dog has
wait.
seen me nuts so many times. So many times.
Yeah, probably now that it's got no top teeth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Quite a few.
That's so can I was it like a missionary position?
No, it was. I
Or the
was
back?
going down on the lady. So that's what I mean.
Nice.
Obviously, it's understandable.
Never mind.
Yeah.
That's the cat was basically holding your head down. Also, shout out going down on a club like a lady fresh from the club.
Buddy, this
She'd
is,
probably just use one of those public Columbus restrooms.
Oh, buddy, listen. It's you get the full. When you order the Mark, you get the full Mark special. And I don't. It doesn't matter if you're a new customer or you're a long time establishment person. But the cat did follow me up. I thought I'm gonna move upwards and the cat will row. And it was like as I was going to do what I do next. Not to get too vulgar on the podcast.
You can't get too vulgar on the podcast.
Now, have you spoken to this lady since, or did you just vanish like a private eye at 6 a.m.?
No, she Instagram messaged me in the car, but it was it's like a good thing where it's like I am leaving before it's like I am departing from here.
Yeah.
So I hope to see it. Honestly, it felt like a little bit like when you leave, when you do comedy, and literally when you leave to do comedy, and you're like the guys that are on the show, you're like, let me get your Instagram. Next time in town, it was a bit one of those of just let's get the
Next
Instagram.
time they have me on
This
Don't
has been
Tell.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're ever coming through Chicago, I know good penises.
I'll throw you out.
I'll throw you out. I'll get going.
Yeah, I'd be happy. Dude, I'll eat you out, and if my show's not going on that day, then I'll find somebody to eat you out.
Yeah, I run a few penises on Saturday, so come by.
I run a few trains on Saturday.
Now, how was the place? Nice place?
Yeah, a nice place. Very it was a good place. It was solid. I thought it was gonna be creaky. I walked in. I said, "Oh, the love guru is gonna have problems with all this creaking." And it was very, very, very nice place.
Did you
Very
go
wonderful.
Uber?
I Ubered back from her place to our place at 6 o'clock in the morning.
I like that you call it our place.
I went back. Went back to my partner's. And with a guy named Dave, who that must have been, that's one of those Uber rides where he just sees me walking out of a house at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then we're literally just talking about the Ohio State game. No one asking any questions of why I'm going to.
He's driving you back, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm just happy to get a ride. I got to work this because my girlfriend keeps going to clubs like late in the evening, and she's got expensive taste. God damn it, I love her. It's crazy. I'm just picking you up from the same street that she's on."
She keeps telling me she wants an open relationship.
I'm like, baby, I tell you everything. What do you mean? I'm open.
Open? I'm open to driving Uber to pay for your luxurious lifestyle.
It's your friend Simon who's got all these ideas.
Yeah. I know we're never gonna break up because we kind of co-parent the cat, and I don't.
One thing I've taught that cat: never let another guy in there. I know
And that
she's
cat
safe.
Believed it. That cat was there.
Sounds like a successful weekend.
It does
Down
sound
the
It
very
was
slopes.
good. The Saturday shows were fun. I'm still feeling guilty about missing that first show, but
Yeah,
Otherwise, a
I've
good
been
weekend.
late on a road trip for something. Because then you're just late for 4 hours, and you're already on the way.
yeah.
There's nothing to do.
Yeah,
You're
it
just
stinks.
late forever.
Now, any stops on the way back of note?
Yeah, the way back, we really fucking stretched our legs.
Yeah, we really
stopped in.
God, I love taking my time on a road trip.
I love it. We pulled off
That's
in
the only
Dave
part
Chappelle's
we can
town.
relate to now. We're like, yeah, road trips, no drinking.
Yeah.
Like,
No
yeah, I love the
drinking, no
drive.
pussy.
I'm actually a porter, so. I
Did you
take
hit a
my time.
Wally's?
Yeah,
Did
pretty
you-
soon you won't be able to enjoy driving either. It's gonna work. On the way back, we stopped in Dave Chappelle's town, where he lives. There's we saw a sign that we thought meant it was a street festival. There was not.
There was
How
not.
was that town?
It's just a tiny little Ohio town, but there was a Chappelle shop where Mark bought a coffee mug.
Yes,
No
I was
shit.
drinking out of it today. It's like all of his basically like his if you were to all his tour merch. They just put up a little like permanent brick and mortar to sell it there.
You think he owns it?
I think he does.
For sure. Yeah.
It'd be
The
hilarious.
Chappelle shop in Chappelle's town in Ohio.
Some like random white dude owns it.
It was.
Because the town's not. It's like smaller. It's like a North Carolina mountain town. It's like a very
Yeah.
small, like one street, a lot of cutesy
got a
like
main street?
bookstores and stuff.
Yeah.
But he is like, there's like signs on the window that says like, respect Dave, and like the C is like the Dave C. Like he is the mayor of the town. I mean,
That's wild.
He's the guy.
Was there actually a sign that said?
Yeah. There's respect on one of those. Actually, it didn't say respect. I think it said thanks, Dave. I took a photo of it.
Thanks,
Okay.
Dave with a C. They can't spell too well in Ohio.
That's the way to live right there. Just have a
The
whole
king of
town.
yellow
Just
springs, yeah.
I think it's a interesting choice. The merch shop was. I wish I had more disposable income, but
I hope one
Oh
day
no,
I
it
have
says
signs.
thanks, Dave, respect, and then it's got the C as right there.
Oh,
Shows
right.
that's
Okay,
the
okay.
and then we went on a hike near there. I brought a BB gun that I
That's the
have
hike
wanted
that
to
we
shoot.
went on.
Nice.
Shot the BB gun in the woods for a little bit.
Had a lot of fun.
Hiked. Pretty beautiful hiking area there.
Also, you
Pretty
know,
unreal hiking trail.
yeah, they lied to us about how famous that picture was.
Which one?
Because we go there and you stop, and it's like you're gonna recognize this view from the famous 1800s painters down by the waters of the Miami River. Like, and he was just like, honestly, it's crazy. Like, I'm sure you guys are like, I've seen this before. This is like, this changed the way that we viewed landscaping portraits in America. And it was just kind of like a seriously try to preserve it. And then like I went later on and I looked it up. The only information was from that park's website about this. They absolutely just
Inside baseball.
They
Yeah, yeah,
completely,
yeah.
it's a self. They just completely made that whole thing up. I'm about to go back over there and litter.
You guys had like a real Stand By Me type of day on the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a great
that
day.
was
Skipping
good.
rocks.
Yeah.
Did you find an arrowhead?
Poking dead kids. Yeah.
We went in a cave. There's a spider in the cave. It was scary. What
we saw like a little girl talking to her mom, and she walked by, and the only thing that we heard was being like, yeah, so he's like an autistic guy, but like I still think, and it's like this is how, like when I was like 7 or something, you were just being like, he's weird, he's stupid, and now like kids are walking by and being like, he's like on the autism spectrum disorder.
I thought maybe the kid had seen our show the night before.
I recognized
You
a
guys
fan.
are autistic. You can't tell she's talking about you. She's pointing. What are you saying? Who are you talking to?
That's a pretty good autistic impression.
Thank you. What is an espresso martini? FOMO is retarded. I'm out.
Sorry, I said that. He thought it was a funny goof, and I hurt poor Harry's feelings.
No,
All this on top of the dog tragedy.
the dog tragedy. No, it's a blessing. It's a silver lining.
Yeah.
It's a silver lining for gummies. Getting gummies. Sounds like a beautiful weekend in Ohio. Never been to Ohio.
It was good. I got to recommend the Don't Tell in Ohio. It was a good time. I don't think I've ever stopped in Ohio either for like a visit. This was the first real visit.
It's a nice little town. It's basically like Raleigh, where we're from.
Yeah, Columbus is not very
without.
different.
It's like Raleigh without my mom, and that's
Without
the show.
what?
Without my mom.
That's good.
That's why Mark was out searching for mommy figures.
I was thinking that would be the funniest thing just to say to a girl as you're like she's in a room alone with you. This is like my hometown without my mom. It's like, oh God, you know where I live.
Oh, we saw the most beautiful Indian.
Our queen.
My sweet baby. She was the barista at a bagel shop we
What a
went
fun
to.
trip.
And she was, I guess, I a coriander.
That's a very romantic, detailed nickname.
She had a sleeve tattoo, and I asked for a large coffee, and she said, we don't have larges, but if you want to come up and get the regular coffee refilled, I'll give you a refill. And she said the same thing to Mark, and our relationship hasn't been the same since.
Yeah, it put a little restraint. She kind of held like the coffee for him more when they held it, and I've harbored a lot of jealousy about it.
I was actually happy when Mark left with the other girl because I was like, good, this means more paprika for old Emerson.
That girl's house was actually it's just on one street, so her house was across from where the coffee shop for paprika was, and I wanted to just jump out of there midway through and be, paprika, it's not what you think.
And also, I'm thinking about authoring an inspiring children's mystery book about a young girl detective named Paprika Coriander.
Who says paprika instead of eureka?
Yeah,
Paprika.
That's paprika.
I'm on to something.
So that's the story from Ohio.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the intercourse.
Thank you.
I assume you felt bad afterwards, as it is a sin.
Yes, it is. I mean, genuinely drove by 2 churches and felt my skin burning.
Mm-hmm.
It was absolutely terrible. But don't worry, we're back. We're back in the Lord's favor now. I've sworn off, woman.
She's joined a nunnery.
She's joined a nunnery.
Now, did you go full naked,
Yeah.
butt naked, or did you leave the socks on?
This is an interesting
That's why they
beginning
call
to
him
the
the spark.
question.
Because he gets a little static on the carpet. And he goes to the clit.
He just scoots over on the carpet.
Baby, I'm about to blow your mind. I hope you're not wet because there's about to be an exchange of electricity here.
It's
It's going to be like
it's-
lightning hitting a swimming pool.
Its cock starts arcing. It's just like
It looks like a Frankenstein machine. Live!
those things at Spencer's Gifts that you touch and it just fucking draws the electricity on
Just
it.
the street lamp outside is zzz, 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 zzz. I'm just charging up.
We were doing the bit for a while of Mark coming back in after killing the girl. Like he opens the motel door. Eric, we got to hit the road.
Eric, buddy, I forgot I got a show in Chicago. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man.
If you
Anyway.
need anything, if anybody asks, make sure you tell them I came in around 2:30 last night.
Crazy.
Oh, should we dive into questions? How long have we been going?
Let's do about 52 minutes.
There we go. Mark, you got
And-
time?
Yes, I'm not on the open mic until 10.
Mark's on Slurpee time over there.
Well, I was hoping we could transition because I got a perfect question coming off Mark's sexcapades.